Hey guys, oh, I'm going to get to this video in just a second, man, on this radio, but the only reason I'm putting this part out, I'm not finished with the radio. I'm still waiting on 2 more parts to come in. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. And then I can get this daggone thing sent off to Mr. AudioMan. But the reason I'm throwing this video up now is because apparently he's made a big stink about it. I wouldn't think a 50-year-old man would cry about a radio that's been here for 4 months. So the reason why I'm over here, I got these 2 Ranger radios down here, Johnson's, okay? Man brought them in, I don't know, about a year or so ago. Wants me to rebuild them. I told him it's going to take me some time. They're projects. Projects, okay? Same thing I told you, Mr. AudioMan. I've never HiFi'd a TRC 459 before. It's going to be a project, but I'm on to take it on. I'm on to take on the challenge. See this right here? I don't know if I don't want to show the man's name, but October, what is that? I think it's October 20th, something like that. October, okay? Tram. I got to redo that tram. That's been here, I know, 8-9 months. Okay? We'll move on. 8-9 months. These are projects. Okay? And I explain to people, projects are when I can get to them. Same thing I told you, AudioMan. One of the issues was the schematic. Okay? You knew about that. See this? 48 pill. Man's been waiting on it for 8 months. A lot of 8-month projects in here. Okay? I'm one person. That's what I am. I work in here part-time. This is not my full-time job. I have an autistic child that I have to tend to most of the time. Okay? I don't have time to be in here. What time I have, the 4 or 5 hours that I have in here, the phone's ringing off the hook. I do the best I can with what I got. When I get home from work in the morning between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, I come straight out to this shop and I work until about 7 o'clock. I have to have my autistic son ready for his autistic school and on the bus at 7:30. Dad's the one that gets him ready for school. Dad's the one that wakes him up. Dad's the one that feeds him breakfast, gets him dressed, okay? So, let's get on with your radio here, Mr. AudioMan, okay? Because your radio is working. And I know you called me 2 weeks ago and said box it up and send it out to me because you were fed up. Now, it's not my fault you got an argument with your wife or whatever. I don't know what the situation is with you. That's not my issue, okay? And anybody that's going to get an argument with their wife over a radio, y'all definitely need to find out your priorities. That's all I can tell you, okay? But that's beside the point. I took the high road here, and I said, you know what? No, I'm not shipping the radio back. I'm going to finish it up. And I did. I got it fixed, okay? But because you were so, hasty on the phone 2 weeks ago, I didn't begin to tell you anything because you were that hasty. Because had you gave me a few more minutes of time before hanging up the phone, I'd have told you the radio's working. I just got to button it up, okay? Now, you sent me a radio that was made back in the 70s. Not even a very popular radio. So finding parts for this thing was a nightmare. Was a nightmare, okay? Now, I had to replace the regulator. You swore that the radio worked. You swore to me that the radio worked. It did not work properly. And you know what? Before I even pulled the damn lids on it and I did finally get it to work, I should have called you, okay? I didn't. I called you a few different times on the radio not working properly or it pulsating or this or that. I did do that. But I should have freaking known right from the start when this damn thing didn't work, but you swore up and down it worked. You set the dead key at 1/8 of a watt. Well, you know the reason why you could set it at 1/8 of a watt? The damn final was blown. The regulator was half regulating. That's why you could set it at 1/8 of a watt, okay? Now, let's get on with this freaking show here. I replaced your buttons, okay? I replaced your buttons. I found these buttons, and I replaced them. That was the #1 thing. Because flipping around with them damn switches, that's one of the goofy things that was going on with it. In the previous videos, you've seen some of the other stuff. The volume knob. I mean, that's not my fault that it went out. And I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just my dumb luck that it showed up here, okay? I had to replace these caps because of the pulsation. That's where the pulsation was coming from, along with a few other things. New audio chip, different regulator, different freaking final. I put variable power in it for you. I HiFi Direct injected it for you. I did the cap freaking changes for HiFi. I've done all this. Now, I told you I HiFi'd it, and then the pulsation came out of it. Okay, so I had to put it back stock. Luckily for me, Stick isn't that dumb. He saves all the components that he pulls out of radios and he bags them up. Okay? That's what I do. I bag them up in case a problem does freaking happen. Okay? Look here. Bag of parts. These all come from this radio. Okay? Screws for the cases and everything. That's the way I work here. Okay? I don't shortchange anybody. But I went above and beyond for you, freaking audio man, and then you got to go post a video out there. But you didn't know any of this because this was all going to be a surprise to you. So I'm letting the cat out the bag now. You know, I replaced these buttons. Okay? I called up a buddy of mine that had one of these in his parts bin. He got me the buttons and he shipped them up here to me. And I soldered all them in there. Okay? I got a volume knob coming. That's the only thing that's holding me up now to finish up this job is the volume knob. It should be here tomorrow. Let me see. What else was it? There's two things I'm waiting on. Oh, the phone, a brand new phono jack, because I broke that. You know, you didn't send it to me broke, but I broke it from flipping his face back and forth, back and forth. I've rambled on enough, and you know, that's just not me. I'm a very easygoing person. Many guys that have talked to me on the phone, I'm one of the techs out there that will actually answer the phone and talk to people. But let's get on with your radio, Mr. Audio Man. I'm waiting on 2 more parts. As soon as they get here, which will be tomorrow, I will get them in your radio. I will get this boxed up, and it will be sent back to you. Okay? And it will be sent back working, HiFi Direct injected, exactly what we discussed on the phone. Now, I'm not going to ask you for no more money. Okay? I've got 41 hours in this radio. 41. Okay? Diagnosing all the problems and all this and that. Like I said, you swore it worked. I took you for your word. Okay? A man of your word. Now, you done went and posted a video up, so I see how it goes. Patience is a virtue, my man. Patience. Okay? I'm only one guy. I do really good work. I do it for a lot of people. But let's get on with your radio. Okay? I put variable power on here for you. I know we didn't discuss that, but instead of going in the radio to do any setting and adjustments, you now have variable power coming out the back of it. I have your plate here. I am going to put this plate back on the radio, so if, you know, whatever, down the road, you know all the information about your radio off that plate. Direct injection, right here. There's only so many places on this radio I could put anything. And as you see the pencil marks around the square, that's where the case, the only opening in that plastic case there was. Okay? The switch is so if you want to run the stock mic or you want to run direct injected. That's the way I set it up. Okay? All the caps have been changed in here. Transmit and receive, plus a few others from the repair. Okay? Of the pulsation and a few other things. The relay's been taken out. I've cleaned the contacts and everything on the relay. This relay I couldn't get out, or you can't get the case off of it because it's a sealed relay. Same thing on the power supply. All that has been done. Now, I know in previous videos I showed the receive working. Okay? I'm going to plug this up. Of course, I don't have the lids on it. I'm going to make another video after this long-ass one with it working with direct injected. Okay? So, let's just go ahead and we're going to go through real fast and I'm going to show you a few things. And then I'm going to wrap this video up and I'm going to post it. But, oh, turn it on, CB. As you see, it's receiving. I don't have a speaker in it. Let me get the speaker here. My little cheesy repairing speaker, because it's so small, that's why I like it. It's not going to give you hi-fi, but listen to that. We have full volume. Just adjust it down. Radio's been truly, fully aligned. Everything. Signal injected into it. Transmit. Everything's been aligned. Okay. Let's turn this mess off. Frequency. It's on frequency. Everything. Now, the lowest I can get the dead key is about 1.75 watts. Now, I don't know if that's low enough for you or not, but that's what it is with the new final and everything in it. I've tried a few different things to get it lower because I know you said something about 1/8 watt to me. Okay? Now, all the way down, it's a little over 1 watt. Problem is, you got to watch it all the way up. All the way up is about 7. Alright, with that being said, let's throw a tune through the mic. I mean, we are direct injecting it, so I'm not going to worry about that too much because that's going to change once we direct inject. So, we'll be back with an updated video with this thing direct injected. Stay tuned. There's more to come. We'll have the new volume knob. I'll have the cases on it. That's when the next video is going to come out. we'll see ya. Old Stickman at the No Name Amp CB shop, and I'm sorry, all my fellow YouTube subscribers, I went on a rant. I haven't seen about 2 minutes of this man's video that he apparently posted on Facebook. I don't do Facebook. Everybody knows that. I have a No Name page up on Facebook, but I have a friend of mine that takes care of it for me. He's the one that let me in on the video. He's the one that showed it up, came over to my shop. I've seen about 2 minutes of it, and I cut it off. Okay? I cut it off. That's just the way it is. I don't have time for drama, and that's why I don't do Facebook. But, hey, we'll be back with an update, man, on this, and hopefully I'll be in a better mood when the other parts come in. We'll see you guys. Y'all have fun out there. Old Stickman at the CB shop, No Name Amp CB shop, and we'll see you. Bye-bye-bye. I just want to add a little bit to the video. See them trophies up there? I got more in my attic because, of course, when I moved out of my commercial shop, I just didn't have the room in here because I'm actually in my garage, okay? And I'm packed up with work. I mean, I got work everywhere, okay? We're packed up. We got stuff everywhere around here. Work to do. And I won them trophies because I usually don't give up on nothing. I'm not a quitter. And when you sent me this radio AudioMan and we discussed it on the phone, I told you I'll get it fixed. Okay? I did. Because I'm not a quitter. And I love competition. Oh, I love it. I eat it up. I mean, it's just everything to me. I especially like it when somebody tells me I can't do something. When they tell me I can't do something, well, guess what? That just strives me even harder to get it done. And to prove to them that they were wrong. Okay? That's how I am. That's the person that I am. I'm very competition-minded. I mean, this is the reason why we build amps here. Okay? I mean, look, got Mr. Walker Dog down there. I mean, power supplies. We do the key downs. You know, that's me though. Okay? I don't give up. And I don't know what this radio means to you. I mean, it's off my workbench now. Okay? I put it back in the box. I'm waiting on some parts to come in for it. As soon as they get here, I'll button it up. It will be shipped right out to you as soon as them 2 parts get here, which they should be here, I'm thinking, tomorrow. But what I'm getting at is, I don't quit, and that was one of the things that you kept saying on the phone over and over. Every conversation I'd have with you, twice a week or whatever, okay, up until the past 3 weeks, was, well, Stick, if you can't do it, just send it back. I never once said I couldn't do it, okay? I never once said that. I said, no, 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 I'm going to figure it out. Because that's the kind of person I am. Okay? Now, whether something's worth fixing or not, that's a whole nother discussion. And I never said anything to you about any other money or anything like that. Because I thought at the beginning it might be because I changed the caps out. Okay? Well, when I put the caps all back to stock and it was still doing the same thing, then I knew, that wasn't it. And then, of course, I've been on and off the phone with a few other technicians. And the same thing with them. They said the same thing. Upgrading those caps would have never caused that problem. It was just its time to do what it did. Okay? Which is the same thing I said. It was just its time. Okay. Well, with that also being said, something was brought to my attention that I didn't even realize. My phone's always on, buddy. It's always on. I got dial tone. Okay? I don't know when you attempted to call. I do know for a fact that we lost internet service on Sunday, this past Sunday, because of major storms coming through the area. Okay? I have Vonage. See, there's my modem. Vonage telephone service. It works off the internet. So if I lose my internet, I have no phones. So nobody disconnected nothing. I lost the internet. I don't know when you apparently called, because this phone only rings in this shop. Okay? It doesn't ring in my home. It doesn't ring anywhere else. It rings strictly only in here. It is a business phone. Matter of fact, what's funny about this is I just overheard another tech say in his video, because he was sending something back to a disgruntled customer, that he was going to get another line and it was only going to ring in his shop. Well, I learned that a long time ago. Like 20 years ago. Because people will call you at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the mornings over CB equipment. Okay? It's weird like that. But That's the way it is. So, with that being said, I never once did that. Now, my phones are still screwed up. I got to call Vonage because apparently it don't like to answer right now, which is what happened to me a few months back. Okay? And then Vonage fixed it. But I guess with the storm that just rolled through, it started doing it again. I can outcall, and maybe every third person that calls in, I can answer. 9 times out of 10, I'll try to call you back. Well, with that being said, I was just going to add this onto that video because, you know, it was just a couple things that were said. But just remember, I'm not a quitter. That's just the way it is. That's how I am. That's the type of person I am. That's kind of why I take on these oddball jobs. Okay? Like the Yaesu rebuilds, you know. I mean, I've got 4 Yaesus in here right now to rebuild. So that's the type of person I am. I got power supplies to redo that I'd never even built. You know, conversions, other stuff I'm repairing, you know. I do all kinds of stuff here. I mean, these boxes are all filled with stuff to be worked on. And like I said before, it's a part-time job. This is not a full-time job that I do. I do it part-time. So for somebody to take 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, up to a year, it's because I do this part-time. Most of the techs out there now are part-time because you can't make a really good living off of this. We have to work for somebody else to pay our bills to feed our family. I'm going to cut it off there. I've ranted enough again. Y'all have a wonderful day. Stickman at the No Name CB shop. And we're gone. I hope you understand. Bye, bye, bye.